Just saw this video Ish Payne made. I don't care about that. That Anthony says he can beat Conor McGregor to fight. Yeah, okay. Anyways, so here's Ish Payne talking about the concept of most people start their cheats in frontside and then they cheat to backside and take off, like
Most
most everything.
kicks, like tornado, 540, 720,
Yeah, like all those.
uh,
Cheat 9,
cheat 9,
540 round.
10, and so on and so on. But actually, you can cheat from backside. Now, a lot of people do it, but sometimes don't.
Okay, this I don't ever see, and I don't think it like semantically, logically even. I'll hear him out though. Let's hear him out.
Realize it. A lot of people, I would say the most common one that I see anyway is butterfly twists. People land backside.
Okay, first, that's not backside, that's frontside. From this position, he could do a D leg on his DOM and maintain his DOM. It's only backside if he changes his DOM and does a backside 9 back to the corner of the room that we're looking at. Oh, I thought this was a mirror. That's kind of funny, but it's not. That's the fucking Rookie Chronicles gym.
And then do their cheat kick.
Okay, literally, he landed incomplete.
And do their cheat kick.
Or, complete, which is essentially front side on your DOM.
Kick.
And then he cheats all the way.
Kick.
The good old-fashioned backside. Oh, this is Andrew Core? Yeah, it looks like Andrew Core. Cheats the backside, and boom. So that's not an example of what he was talking about.
Well, let me just go over. I'm going to talk a little bit of mainstream, a little bit of TKT, so bear with me. Think of the most basic cheat kick from backside, like a backside, but a cheated backside 10. Now in TKT, the progression goes cheat 360 hook, cheat 540 round, cheat 720 hook, and so on and so on. So that's the TKT names. So what this...
All right. What? Why? If TKT is supposed to tell you the accurate rotation, the true kicking terminology,
cheat 720 hook.
How the fuck is that a 720? That is a 360 at best, a 370 at best. This just seems silly. It's like if your target's in the same spot, you don't have to worry about any of this.
Cheat.
Okay, so he takes off there.
7.
Throws his kick there. It's a fucking 360.
20.
Oh, but his kick comes all the way around to back there. Shit, you might as well call that a fucking 1260.
And so on and so on.
And so
that's the TKT names. So what this does is help you with your vanish transitions, especially out of a butterfly twist.
Dude, you can hear it in his voice. He is just pulling this shit out of his ass. He has no idea what this helps, if it even does help, if it's even a thing.
Typically people will, some people have trouble with butterfly twist, vanish, cheat 9, or in TKT, cheat 540 round. Once you realize the amount of actual rotation.
I like how he said cheat 540 round. What's up, Ashley?
You're doing that, where you actually have to place your knee to do the move. You'll be like, oh, it's actually a lot less than I thought, or now I understand it. Now I know where to spot, and so on and so on. Do it better than me though, because I have not really been training that much. I've been teaching. What I really need to do, what needs to happen, is I need to have a brain transplant with like Mike Guthrie.
Yeah, you and everybody else, Mr. Ish. But yeah, so like my brain, it loves coming up with new tricks, and I see a trick for what they're talking about, but nobody's done it. Nobody's actually shown me a clip of it. Nobody's made an example of what I'm thinking it would be. You would literally you would not get to face your target or spot it on takeoff. It would be similar to think of how attack full rotates 180 to the front and then does a front half. Well, you could also do a vanish croc or a GM twist, and that would be essentially the same trick minus the 180 to the front. So you just, from that position, you do a back full, so that becomes like the croc or whatever. And if you did that vertically, then you could conceivably do a cheat kick from backside that takes off in frontside facing away from the target and then eventually comes around to kick the target. But nobody fucking has examples of that because nobody does that. Because it's fucking hard and awkward and weird, and it's not an efficient use of your momentum with any setup that we're using. But fuck, now I gotta go outside and try this, and fucking I hate the internet.